Alright, got a game here versus N.A. Smith 99, who I think is currently number 1 on the leaderboards. So let's see what we can do here. We've got draws Smithy or Oracle or Black Cat. Caravan can also draw non-terminally. I don't see any action, so Caravan's looking to be better than those other cards. Trashing, we have Junk Dealer. Plus buy, Capital. Groundskeeper could potentially score a lot of points. Marauder's got Junking attack. Pirate Ship's also an attack, but it's awful, so not going to think about that. I'm thinking about opening with Overlord, because that allows me to play a Junk Dealer kind of immediately. I could even maybe do Traveling Fear Overlord to top deck it. I think I like that idea. This lets me get in one play of the Overlord before the first shuffle, and that means I've both trashed a card, so that estate that I trash, this is an estate down here, is definitely not going to be in my first 3 shuffles. I've already gotten out of my deck before seeing it a second time, and the Overlord I'll get to play again turn 3 or turn 4 after having already played it once, turn 2. I'm going to be in debt for a bit because I got 7 debt, but it still seems worth it. Looks like he agrees. Well, couldn't find Overlord turn 3. That was the dream. Did I buy a second one? How much? Yeah, I'm going to buy a second one. I'm going to trigger a shuffle in a second with this Overlord because I'm playing that as Junk Dealer, and so I want there to be an Overlord coming up in this next shuffle as well. Fortunately, he also missed. I think we're pretty much identical up to this point. We'll see if he also agrees with buying Overlord turn 3. I think the place I want this deck to go is I would like to win the Groundskeeper split, because that seems like an important card. And we'll mostly, I think, draw with cantrips like Caravan, and then we can buy estates for lots of victory points. That's the dream anyway. Yeah, so he also bought an Overlord. He also trashed an estate with an Overlord. I think we're basically exactly mirrored so far. No time to deviate now. Alright, do I take a third Overlord? That might be excessive. At some point, Overlord's going to start being less of a good card. Do I want a silver? I could probably use some amount of payload. Yeah, I think silver's probably fine. I want to get to Capital soon, because that seems like better plus buy than Traveling Fear. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I should just keep using Traveling Fear for plus buy. Where's my payload coming from? I will probably have to pick up some amount of golds. We are exactly mirrored, I think, up until this point. Yes, I think I'll need some golds because there's not a good non-terminal payload here. What's down here? Trash 3 estates and a copper. So there's 3 coppers down there, 4 coppers down there. It's just 4 coppers. I think I should probably just draw that, right? If I draw that, I'll have 8 money. I could trade 2 coppers into 2 estates. I could buy another Overlord. Either way, I think I like that. I'll probably just take the Overlord. I can get rid of all these coppers with Junk Dealer, and that seems fine to me. Got a fair number of spectators here. At some point after playing the Overlords as Junk Dealers, they'll probably mostly become Caravans, and maybe I can play one as a Marauder. Not an amazing attack or anything. It just gives out a Ruins, which they can trash with Junk Dealer, but it's not nothing. So should I start in on Groundskeepers, or is that too early? I feel ahead now. He's only got a Caravan. Winning the Groundskeeper split does seem very important, but I also feel a little bit low on payload to start functionally scoring points. I could take a Capital. I think maybe I'd do that. Marauder attack him and buy Capital. I think that's good. He did go for the trade. I contemplated that, but I don't know, it just didn't seem strong enough. I figured just trashing the coppers directly with Junk Dealer was quite fine on its own. So do I maybe like a Marauder again now? Buy a 5. I could draw and try to draw the capital. I also might draw my Overlord dead and or miss the capital. I think let's take another Marauder attack. Now do I start on Groundskeepers? It still feels a little bit early. Maybe just a Caravan? Alright, now I think I want to start taking golds pretty soon, because we'll need some amount of payload. My deck's already pretty thin, and maybe after I get like a gold or two I can start taking Groundskeepers. Our pile's gonna run low. Groundskeeper could run out, Caravan could run out, Ruins could maybe run out. There's always the threat of piling out the Ruins really easily, because you could just buy a bunch of extra plus buy with this, and so Ruins functionally cost 2 each and no buy. So it'd be easy to pile those. I still think I like my position so far. He's got some more silvers, which is something. I've got an extra Overlord. I've also attacked him a few times, which, I mean, not the strongest attack, but it definitely counts. Alright, so now he's equalized on Overlords. This is probably just 2 golds. Maybe Golden Caravan Guard is better. Not Caravan Guard, just normal Caravan. I'm okay spending less than all of it because I have 6 debt to pay off from capital, and if I have 2 left over I can already start paying off that debt, which seems fine to me. What's he gonna take? Another Overlord? Could be Traveling Fair. Oh, he buys gold, okay. Let's trash this copper. Note that you can't play Overlord as Groundskeeper. Well, you can play Overlord as Groundskeeper, but what will happen is you'll just get +1 card plus action. This is not an effect of playing the card. This is an effect of Groundskeeper being in play. And so while Overlord could play Groundskeeper, it wouldn't put Groundskeeper into play. So you just get the +1 card, +1 action effect of playing the card, and you wouldn't actually get the main reason Groundskeeper is valuable, which is the victory points at the end. So it doesn't make much sense to do that. I guess just attack him again. Seems fine to me. I mean, I could trash this last copper. Actually, no, let's draw one. I got a gold down there. I got another Caravan down there. I think that's better. All right. Could just be another gold and another Caravan. I think that's, or maybe just 2 golds. How close am I to drawing? I've got, what's down here? Caravan and some stop card. Maybe a copper. Yeah, it's a copper. I've only trashed 9 cards. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stop cards. I don't have any Caravans coming into play, so if I buy 2 golds, I won't be drawing all of it. But I think that's still probably fine. Because I'll be getting some, maybe I do want Caravan Guards. Not Caravan Guards, I want Caravans. Because they do value the draw. I don't want to get too behind on those. So he's thicker than I am. He's trashed 10 cards, but he's also gotten 2 Ruins. So he is at the moment 1 behind on trashing, which will probably equalize this turn. Pirate ship, okay. I guess sniping a gold could potentially do something. I don't know, I'm not really seeing it. I do have a fair amount of treasure now, so maybe pirate ship's starting to get reasonable. I think I'd still rather just Marauder attack him. Just another caravan, another gold. Could start in on groundskeepers already. Could get a second caravan. So I've got silver, 2 golds, capital. I think I don't have enough stop cards at the moment. I've got 2 more draw coming in from these caravans. I've got spoils as well, but I think I can afford to take another gold, because I'm going to be drawing more this turn than I was last turn, with 2 caravans in play. And there's not much value to overdrawing here, I don't think. I don't mind seeing a lot of my treasures in hand. It means if he does do the pirate ship thing, it whiffs. So he's starting in on groundskeepers already. That makes sense. I should contest those. What's down here? My other 2 overlords. So I can just play this is caravan, play this is caravan, and then play this is marauder. So I want to get some of this. Just another groundskeeper. I've got 3 golds to his 1. He does have a few more silvers. But I think if we're even on overlords, I think if we just keep up on groundskeepers, I'll probably end up winning the split. So I think I'm fine following down this route. Get to pay off 5 of the dead already. What's the trash looking like? He's trashed all of his coppers and estates, and he's almost got all the ruins out of his deck. Just the one I gave him last turn. So he's thin enough. Oh, well, his pirate ship hits. And he's got 2 groundskeepers. I'm overdrawing a lot here. I should fix that. I'm keeping the marauder attacks. I actually might end up losing the groundskeeper split, because if I take 2 here, he takes 2, and then he wins. I think I'll just take 1 on the grounds that, I don't think he can take 3. And if he takes 2, I can just buy the last one next turn anyway. So maybe I'll just take another gold back. Probably. If I can get half the groundskeepers, I think I'll be fine. Him winning at 6-4, I think, will create a bit of a problem for me. Because it means, every estate he buys is 7, every estate I buy is 5. He'll win in the long game. And then I'll start having to think about how to win the game fast, which is not the place you want to be in a groundskeeper game. He can just buy estates, trash estates, buy estates, trash estates, etc. So this is definitely a potentially dicey situation all of a sudden. Maybe I waited 1 turn too long to take the groundskeepers. I think his deck can hit 12. He has a capital. If he draws the capital, that's 6. He just needs to find 3 silvers. He went for the pirate ship attack. Yeah, he got it. Alright, so now we're in a bad spot. So maybe now I have to do the pirate ship thing. It seems like the high roll. Marauder just feels like the safer attack, but if I'm now behind, maybe I need to take the gamble with the pirate ships. Then again, Marauder also does lower the ruins pile, which gives me a threat of piling out early, which is something I might need if I want to end the game fast. Yeah, let's just attack. taking that. And, if I buy a second capital, can I threaten to pile out next turn? It's probably too ambitious, but I can give out a ruin with a Marauder. Then the other 3 ruins will cost 6, accounting for the plus buy. Then I'll be able to buy 2 estates for 4, and then the next 6 estates cost 24 total, because I need to be buying. Oh, no. If I buy a capital, I'll have 3 buy. So I could buy the first, so I could get rid of 1 ruin, buy the next 3 ruins for 6 total, buy 3 estates for 6 more, that's 12. Then I have to spend 20. I need to hit 32 to pile all of that out. That's, I don't think, very doable. So I can't look to pile out next turn. I do kind of feel like that's what I need to do, though, is build towards like a big pile out turn. So maybe the turn after this I take some capitals. I think to take a gold here. Or a caravan. I don't really need the caravan at the moment. Now, if he lowers his stakes, all of a sudden, there's going to be a real threat. So I think maybe my goal here is take some capitals on this turn, which threatens to pile out the following turn, and maybe that's my way of winning. Will he score this turn? Probably. Is he struggling to draw his deck? That could be good news. Maybe those ruins are slowing him down a bit after all. Yeah, he couldn't get all 6 ground creepers in play. That's good. He also didn't find all of his treasure. Alright, he's lowering estates, which I think that's good for me. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3. I have 6 stop cards between the 5 treasures I have in play and the spoils I just got. With 2 caravans, I can definitely draw all that. So I can definitely afford to add at least 1 more capital. So what if I add the other capital? The pilot threat, I think, next turn is going to be quite real. My risk is maybe he goes off this turn and takes his estates before I can. Because that is also a very valid threat. But if I take like 2 capitals here, can I find 2 capitals? I have 5, 6. I might not draw everything, I think, if I do that. That's 8 stop cards. Yeah, that's a risk. So what if I just take 1 capital? That gives me next turn. Supposing he doesn't like pirate ship me or anything, I'll have 9, 11, 17. So we've got 9 here, 11, 17, 20, 26. I will lower the ruins pile by 1, which means I have to spend 4 to get those last 2 ruins. Then it would cost, I could buy 3 estates for 6, and then it would only cost me not very much to pile out the last 4. Cost me 16. Yeah, I could definitely threaten to pile out. So the concern is maybe just if he scores enough that I can't do that, or lowers the estates enough that it's no longer viable. So I can spend 8 here. I could just take 1 province right now for a little bit of a points buffer. That again risks, I'm fine if I don't draw like a silver or something, but if I don't draw capital, then I'm in a bad spot. I think I should still do it because he has a lot of groundskeepers, and it's very worrisome that he might just put up a big enough of a points lead that I can't overcome it. I really hope the province is on the bottom. That'd be really helpful. I mean, his deck can potentially do a lot of points if he gets all the groundskeepers in play. All right, this is good. This is a bit of a whiff for him. He only found 4 groundskeepers. I think I'm now in a good spot. Yeah, I don't think he can afford to touch the important piles. Well, I guess estates is kind of the most important pile here because it's the cheapest way to score points. Maybe I don't think taking a province helps him either, because I mean, if I do what I want my deck to do, I'll be taking 7 estates for 7 points plus 4 extra points per estate, so it's like 35 points. He can't pile out this turn. Yeah, I think if I can draw my deck successfully, I think I win here. And again, there's some risk involved because I have, I think, 1 stop card more than my deck can support. And I'm not sure if I need to find everything. I think I can win if I skip like a gold or a silver. I'm not sure if I still have the win if I can't find both capitals. Because that's both an extra plus buy and an extra 6 coins. Yeah, so he just buys 2 capitals to set up for the next turn. So that makes it, I think, all the more imperative that I win here. All right, come on, second capital, where are you at? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, so I have to draw on. All right, I found all the groundskeepers. Capital. Okay. So I can draw one more like this. Well, let's think, what's down there? Silver, province, and capital are down there, right? I do have a silver, don't I? Where is it at? Yeah. So I think I could just play the smithy and draw all of that. And then I'm pretty much fine. That does... Okay, so the capital's somewhere in the bottom. That does mean I can't play the Overlord as a Marauder. But I think this should still be a win, right? Let me just double check. 9, 11, 14, 6, 20, 26. I'll have 3 buys. Let's say I buy these out. Uh-oh, maybe it's not a win anymore. Because it cost me 28 to empty those. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. So I think I did need to find that, what do you call it? That capital with my normal draw. Shoot. Yeah. Let's double check this one more time. 9, 11, 14, 20, 26 with 3 total buys. That gives me, I can buy those 3, and then I have to buy Traveling Fair plus Estate, Traveling Fair plus Estate, and that's 28. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So now I'm thinking maybe I just take all the estates and leave like a ruined village. Because I can empty that next turn. If I take all these estates, that's 35 points. Can he outscore 35 points? Maybe. 6 groundskeepers in play. With 6 groundskeepers in play, he can he'll need a 45 total. I don't know, that seems hard. I'm just gonna hope that he can't do that. If he can do that, he probably wins anyway. So let's just draw. Let's draw the Oracle, because then I can attack him. Top deck those. I think I want to discard that. Do I want to discard that? Maybe the junk dealer will be annoying for him. Does he have any junk left in his deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he has a junk left in his deck, so he'll be fine with the junk dealer, I think. Let's just discard it. All right. So now I can just buy those estates and take the points, and I'll leave like a ruins left. And then if he can't outscore me, I can definitely take the ruins at the end. I can also consider top decking some black cats here. I'm not sure how much money I'll have to do that. It's definitely a possibility. Okay, so I got 45 points. I could buy a black cat and top deck it. But I think that that might be a bad idea because I don't know if I can empty 3 ruins. I'd have to first pay off the 12 that I'm about to get to even buy a ruin. So I think what I want to do is just take 2 ruins, and then if I can find my overlord, I can play it as a marauder, and then that'll empty the last ruin. Alright, so yeah. Can he outscore 39 points? If he can't, I win. We'll find out. Alright, yeah, he can't do it. Nice. That was close. I was quite worried there when he got the groundskeeper split.